Did you know that during one year of the 1920s, AAA reported more requests for maps to St. Petersburg, Florida than anywhere else in the country? How did a small fishing community on the west coast of Florida garner such attention 100 years before Google or Instagram? Well, it was no accident, and you can thank the influencers of yesteryear, men with colorful names like John Lodwick or C. Van Bibber, and creative ideas like bathing beauties, the tourist societies, and the Festival of States Parade for making it happen.
Ever pick up a magazine while sitting around your doctor's office? Well, in 1885, you would have been likely to pick up the Journal of the American Medical Association. And if you did, you couldn't miss this article by Dr. C. Van Bibber, who proclaimed that he had found the healthiest city in America, and it was at Point Pinellas, a peninsula on a peninsula. Van Bibber became not only the city's first booster, but also its first speculator, having bought up much of the land in the area he called Point Pinellas.
That's about where Eckerd College sits today. That's just behind me across Frenchman's Creek from where I'm standing at Maximo Park.
Van Bibber's real estate speculation didn't amount to much for him, but his article was read thousands of times in doctors' offices across the country and led to St. Pete's first nickname as the Health City.
C. Van Bibber may have been our first booster, but he certainly wasn't our last. Shortly after the city's founding in 1888, local businessmen formed the Board of Trade, a precursor to today's Chamber of Commerce. They quickly realized that tourism was the key to the city's future.
Eager to encourage visitors to linger, they soon landed upon the brilliant concept of the State Tourist Society, a club you could join made up of other visitors from your home state. You might arrive in St. Pete not knowing a soul, but after registering with your state society, you'd immediately have a busy social life full of tea parties, shuffleboard games, and the biggest event of the year, the Festival of States Parade. This event, grafted onto the popular Washington's birthday celebration where local school children paraded through the city, soon rivaled Tampa's Gasparilla events, and the competition was fierce to see which state would enter the most impressive float and the prettiest candidate for queen.
Tourist societies would frequently host events at places like this, the world's largest shuffleboard club. And soon enough, a clever man named John Lodwick realized that the city was missing a huge opportunity for free newspaper coverage by not promoting these events. He began working as the city's PR agent and became known for his outrageous gimmicks to get the name of what was then becoming known as the Sunshine City into national news. Let's go inside.
To gain free press coverage, Lodwick began staging world championships of any sport he could think of, not just shuffleboard, but chess, lawn bowling, and even geriatric boxing.
Imagine shivering through a freezing Michigan winter and seeing people playing shuffleboard or sitting in these grandstands in the middle of January. Even better, there's a pretty girl in a bathing suit mixed in, as Lodwick was wont to do.
He even made up a story that the city was hiring a bathing suit inspector to monitor the amount of skin being revealed on local beaches, a story that even ran in the New York Times. Anything for free press. Today we call that free press earned media, and I learned from Steve Hayes, the CEO of Visit St. Pete Clearwater, that we still rely on earned media today.
We are standing in front of a mural by the wonderful artist Derek Donnelly that really sort of captures everything we've been talking about in this video, the promotion of St. Pete and how we do that. And Steve, I wonder, how often do you see these murals that are all over downtown St. Pete popping up in social media?
And you see it a lot, and especially from folks that take you to the tour to go see it, or they are resharing it because someone else has shared it on their social media outlet, and then us in turn are using it in our social media as well. Because again, it's something that's unique to our community. It's bright, it's colorful, and there's just not one, there is a whole community around it.
Steve, we learned a lot about John Lodwick and how he would garner free publicity with sort of made up sporting events, but also great pictures of men that had just caught a big tarpon, and those pictures would be sent out to northern newspapers. Do we have an equivalent of that today? Super Bowl, for instance, did we get a lot of?
So for Super Bowl, a major worldwide event being held here, and we were part of the media center. And in that, we got to pitch different stories. Well, one of those is working with Clearwater Marine Aquarium is the dolphin to actually pick the winner, Nick. So he actually, and you've been correct at this point, I think he was 6-0, and he picked the Chiefs. And everything from major news outlets to broadcast outlets were showing clips of that. And so here we are, in the news from that perspective. But we were also doing interviews. I mean, I did an interview with a newspaper from London, England. And while they focused on Super Bowl, we were able to talk about, hey, there's all these great things you can do before you can go to the game, or if you want to watch the game in the area. We were getting the word out about this thing. So we continually watch what our news opportunities would be.
Today, you're just as likely to see the Shuffleboard Club in national news as you were 100 years ago. The names and the tactics may have changed, but the goal remains very much the same. Show people what a remarkable place St. Petersburg is, so they'll come and spend their tourist dollars here. And if that publicity's free, hey, even better. I'm Monica Kyle with I Love the Burg. Thanks for joining us.